I ask myself this question all the time. Would K-pop idols ever tour in Nigeria, or would they ever come to Africa as a whole to come give concerts? Because sadly, the music industry right now ignores Africa as a continent a lot. K-pop's influence in Africa, particularly Nigeria, is crazy. And when I mean crazy, imagine one of the countries that streamed one of Stray Kids' album was from Nigeria. That shows that K-pop is a massive thing in Nigeria and Africa in general. But K-pop companies right now are not looking towards Africa for concerts. And there are various and a lot of reasons for that. Hi guys, and welcome back to this podcast where we bring you entertaining conversations from K-pop, K-dramas to the K-culture. And today we'll be talking about K-pop in Africa. Is it possible? Is it something we can dream of for K-pop stars to come have concerts in Africa? Is it possible? Is it just a dream? We have to keep dreaming. K-pop's influence in Africa, especially in Nigeria, is crazy. Like I said, in 2015, the Nigerian K-pop team Pacific Stars won the grand prize at the 2015 K-pop World Festival and also the Supreme Tax Dance Crew. They went home with $7,000. Like, they were finalists in the K-pop World Festival. When I saw that, I was like, oh, so we have Nigerian teams actually representing Nigeria in South Korea now. That was such a big thing for me. And we have the Korean Cultural Center in Africa, right? Which is in Nigeria. KCCN Nigeria, which is one of the opportunities Koreans are using now to expand their programs to various parts of the world and also facilitating cultural exchange between South Korea and other African countries. Spotify's head of music for sub-Saharan Africa said there had been a 93% increase year-on-year in K-pop streams in 2022, which was accounted for by over 3 billion hours of streaming. 3 billion hours of streaming by K-pop fans in Africa. When I tell people about my love for K-pop in Nigeria, they ask me this question. They look surprised and they ask me this question that, are you sure people actually listen to K-pop in Nigeria and even Africa as a whole? But they are so surprised to hear me say that the key markets for K-pop consumption in Africa are Kenya, which brings about 140%, then Ghana, which brings 236%, and Nigeria, which brings about 227% of streams for K-pop songs. Like, they look at me and be like, are you serious? Are you, like, is it real? Like, it's real. Africa has a very great fan base for K-pop lovers, with Nigeria taking the lead and Kenya, Ghana, and South Africa. Thinking about K-pop groups coming to tour in Africa might be such a dream for most of us fans in Africa, but there are some things that happen that make me hope that, okay, maybe someday we would actually experience something like that, or maybe K-pop groups coming to Africa. Like Hard and BIG came for festival in Tunisia recently. Also, Argon went with Algeria. Like, we see small companies trying to come here, not big companies. We see small companies trying to like leverage on the fact that they've done their research and they have seen that, oh, Africa is a market that K-pop producers and K-pop companies have not really tapped into, which is such a big thing that I hope they open their eyes soon for them to see that K-pop is actually something they can market to the African continent and they will get returns, because people are buying merch. When I tell you the amount of merchandise and albums in Africa, you'll be wowed. First off, inflation is crazy right now, but people still buy albums and buy merchandise. I was saying an album for 45,000 naira in the Nigeria of today is something, is like a lot to just use to buy one single album. We have merchandise spanning like expensive prices and people still buy merchandise of their favorite groups. which is a plus for them. I see people buying on Weavers, like K-pop fans buying on Weavers and shipping it down to Africa, Nigeria, and they are paying the money for it. They are seeing returns on their investment. I don't know why K-pop companies are not yet open to it, but giving them the benefit of the doubt, I would say sometimes the cost of bringing your groups to Africa is more than they will gain, which is a very valid point. K-pop has only in recent years blown up so much that companies are starting to focus on regions whereby their fans and support are not taking risk. They are trying to play it safe. They are not expanding yet into uncertain markets, or maybe markets where strong interests have not been shown. Another reason I would say they don't come to Africa well is that visas. The visas are actually kind of very tight. There is no guarantee that you will get visas, and the ability to get stadiums and concert venues. The ability to get stadiums and concert venues is actually another thing K-pop companies will think about before they try to come down to Africa. Money spent, I've been saying it, money spent by companies to bring their groups to Africa might not match what they will get back in return. It's very dicey when it comes to finances and money, which is the basis of those companies right now. They are needs to make profit. So anything that does not make profit for them, they don't do. They don't go ahead with it. And I think security concerns too. Africa is safe. Let's say it's safe, but you see, there are still security issues. The cost of getting a security team to be with your group 24/7 actually is very costly too. And I think the K-pop market and audience are not, okay, they are prominent in Africa, and we have audiences. Apart from North Africa, that is Algeria and Morocco right now, and some other states that are actually more open to bringing K-pop groups to festivals. I've not seen any other country or maybe parts of Africa that are open to that. As much as West Africa produce a lot of African stars, like on the global stage right now, we have not still gotten to the point whereby our market is open to foreigners. Yes, we've had Cardi B coming. We've had some American artists, some foreign artists come into the country. But apart from them, the barriers and the door is not yet wide open for acts like K-pop. I don't think they will take them seriously yet. And with the interest of fans right now, it will help them to understand that we can actually bring these people into the African market, because it's a niche nobody is talking about and nobody is trying to take part in. Also, many African countries have limited funds available to support concerts, which can be very, very, very difficult when it comes to financially supporting the production of some of the shows. We can always hope, we can always dream, but will it ever become a reality for some of us that we are into it right now? Or is it a thing we'll tell tales to our children when we are old and well spent? What do you guys think? Do you think K-pop groups would ever actually tour in Africa? Let me know in the comment section, guys.